Hi everyone. Do you ever wonder why you think and feel and behave the way that you do? Is it ever a mystery to you and you wonder like what causes you to feel and do certain things? And maybe a lot of times you do it automatically and then regret it. Or you wonder why other people think and feel and do the things that they do. Well, that's because of the way that our subconscious is programmed. And that's part of what I do with my emotional mastery. Yes, it does relate back to your childhood. And I know a lot of us are a little bit eye rolling, thinking, oh no, here we go with the childhood and going back in time. The point is, 95% of us are operating from unconscious programming. Less, 95%. That's not just a number I'm throwing out. It really is 95%. So we behave and we think and we feel and we do things in the way that we do because that's what we learned as children from the environment, from the people that we were exposed to, from the circumstances that we were in. We learned what love looks like. We learned how to get love. We learned what takes love away. If we do certain things, love leaves. So there's a whole lot of things that get programmed into us. And then as we start to get a little bit older, these things become very automatic. They become part of us to the point where it's like the fish doesn't see the water. We don't see that this is actually not who we are, that this is something that we learned that's been programmed in, and it may no longer be serving us, but we keep doing it. And a lot of times we think that what's going wrong is coming from the other person or coming from the other side. We can't see that we're thinking and feeling and behaving in certain ways. So the point of doing therapy, the point of working with somebody like me, is to be able to identify where things are going wrong for you, where things are not working, where it's suboptimal. You're just not getting the result that you really want. It's a wonderful thing is to go back and look at, okay, so I learned to be this way. And I see that that was from my mom or my dad or my environment. And it's not to blame people for the way that we are, although they are responsible a lot of times for the things that we picked up. If there was a lot of dysfunction going on in the environment, for sure it's affected us. And it's really, really important to be able to go back and look at these things and learn to have compassion for ourselves and understanding. Because if you understand yourself first, it's so much easier then to have empathy and understanding, compassion for other people. It's not really healthy or helpful to try and have compassion and understanding outside of you when you don't first have it for yourself. So awareness is the key to changing everything. And you can never change anybody else. Just let me say, there is absolutely nothing you're going to be able to say or do or not say or not do that is going to change somebody else. The other person has really got to decide for themselves whether or not they think that the way that they're being could in fact do with a little bit of upgrading. What I will tell you, however, is when you start to grow and develop and you start to see that, I don't want to do things in that particular way. I think I want to do them like this. The people that you've been relating to will notice that you've changed, and then they might start responding to you in a different way. Now, that's not always a positive thing. They may not like the changes that you're making, and you might notice that certain people want to leave or they start getting angry and upset. Because if they've been, for instance, manipulating you and you decide that that's no longer going to work for you, they may have temper tantrums. They may threaten to leave. They might actually leave. When you start putting some different rules in place, some different limitations, and setting up some boundaries for yourself and setting up boundaries for them. Not everyone will respond to this in a positive way, but they will notice that things are different. But then there'll be other people who might actually really welcome the changes. At first, it might be a little strange for them, but then they notice that you're being more true to yourself, that they trust you more, that you're more authentic, that you're more available, you're more open. All of these things happen. So it's an incredible journey, and I would invite you to leave some comments, ask me questions. It's something that takes time. It's not an overnight thing. You don't go to therapy or go to counseling once or twice and then suddenly the world is a different place. I wish it were like that, but it is not. It takes time and it's a delicate process, going back and starting to unwind things and learn to do things in a different way. But I can tell you, the journey is so worth it. So I send love and light to you all. Thank you for listening. Bye.